entrepreneurship is becoming the answer to a lot of these problems, where entrepreneurship is now kind of an alternative career for women who have struggled in the corporate sector. Could you talk to us a little bit more about that, Brindha, and your experience with that?
Sure. I think, I think what it comes down to a lot for women is about flexibility and choice, and to be in a position where that they can feel like they're a great caregiver. And that's not just for children, but elderly parents as well as actually run a business and contribute to the household as well. And so while there is great work already happening within the corporate sector to allow for women to come back into the workplace, I think from what we talk and hear, there's a lot more that needs to be done. And so I think that's why oftentimes entrepreneurship feels a lot more doable, achievable. I could sort of juggle things, because that's kind of what women have to do. They have to juggle all of these different responsibilities. But one thing that I do see is as a result of having to juggle so many things, women also don't think big enough. And they think, okay, I'm just going to do this business as a home business, and they don't necessarily see how you can infuse technology and create it into something far greater and bigger, and actually export that to other countries. So I think there's a lot of work that we still need to do in order to encourage women to think bigger and broader as well.
What kind of support do they need, if you had to narrow it down and kind of support women in the most effective way possible? What kind of support do they need, and who are those people who need to give them support?
I think for women in particular, it's access to markets. So it would be, we work with corporates to give access to different markets. We also work with other ecosystem players. So there's a Hatch in Pakistan, we have ecosystem partners in Bangladesh, and multiple other ecosystem players as well like that. And through connections and partnerships, we're able to actually take them across to other countries. So access to market is one of them. Access to funding is another massive area that actually women need to be supported in as well. And finally, I just think it might seem so simple, but it truly is just mentorship and just speaking to somebody else who's going through the same journey as you. And I think this is, while you sometimes design programs with great experts, what I've come to realize is that if you just speak to someone who's maybe 2 or 3 years ahead of you in your journey, the amount of experience that you can gain is phenomenal. And so I really see the value in peer-to-peer learning, and really that concept of I've gone through this, I've struggled, but let me just pay it forward so someone else who's coming up the ladder doesn't have to struggle as much as I've had to. And I think building that sense of it's something bigger that we're trying to achieve here, and we're all part of the same journey, I think needs to be communicated a lot more. And those are the kind of conversations that I'm really I'd like to be a part of. Yeah.